What's going on YouTube? Welcome to episode 176 of the U.S.S. Enterprise D tutorial. I'm Zerlete and I just want to thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode. And if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and help me in supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. Also, new subscribers, don't forget to join the Discord. I'll have a link in the description below. But today we're going to be focusing on our racquetball area. And if I'm not mistaken, this was in either episode or season 1 or season 2 of TNG. It wasn't something that they showed very often. I think it was only in 1 or 2 episodes. But we're going to be getting into that today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's kick back, relax, and just jump right into it. We've only got about a 15-minute episode. And we're on our entertainment deck again. And I believe we're in the rear middle section. We're right behind our aquarium. And we have this little gap here. We've got some room. So we kind of have enough room where we can honestly build 2 racquetball areas, one on each side. This is where we're going to be making it. As you can see in the picture on the Galaxy class, the racquetball area really isn't that big. Now I did have somebody ask me about this, and when I looked into it more, believe it or not, this isn't the only time that they've shown a racquetball area. They also have one on Deep Space Nine, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't on Deep Space Nine, then it was on an episode of Deep Space Nine. I didn't go back and watch the episode. I just saw the source material where it came from. But those are the only 2 times that they've actually done it. Or showed it, I should say. So we're going to get our middle point here so that we can do our doorway. And on this, we're not going to have enough room to do a 3x3 for entryway point. We're just going to do a 2x2. Alright, so now we've got our doors cut out. Now we need to do our arches. And then we can start building this thing out. And now we need to make our hub. Definitely very important to do that because you always want to make sure that you're bringing your design cues from room to room. So that's what we're adding on that hub, just so we can add that section in. Alright, now we're going to do our facades for our doors. Alright, so now you can see we can't delete that wall that we have there, so we don't have a lot of room to work with. But the good news with this is that, as you can see, this room is not very big, so we've got, it doesn't look like it, but we've got just enough room that we can build this thing out. Now you're going to notice that that the room is going to be stepping downwards, and the reason for that is because I'm looking at this picture. And you can see it on this side. It looks like the room dips down in the middle and arches up on the sides. You can't really see it on this side too much, but definitely does it on this side. Another challenge is that we can't see the doorway. So that's just going to cause, or it's not going to cause, that's just going to call for us to do some improvisation just to kind of make it work. But we'll get there. So we just need to get our foundation in place and kind of divide this room up. And then once we have that set up, then we can do the other side as well, because if I'm not mistaken, we're doing 2 of these. Alright, we're looking pretty good so far. We've got our back wall in place. I was leading a little bit of right outside the doorway there just so we have enough headroom so we can come in and out of the room easily. We'll come back to that though. You can see I'm building that arch going upwards, just like in the picture. It is going to get somewhat dark there in that corner. We'll add in more lights. Don't worry about that. And we'll probably have to get some black carpeting maybe as well to cover up those sea lanterns once we get them in place. So right now we're just pulling our colors. We're pulling our reds. We're pulling kind of like that faded navy blue there and red. And those are really going to be the colors that we're going to need to build this room out. Primarily black and orange though. It's not really going to be a challenging room to build out. It's not going to look exactly like the picture because we don't have a ton of room to work with here, but we've got enough room that by the time that this is done, I think it'll have the gust of it. And I think that's probably the most important thing. Alright, we're getting our divider orange lines down, looking pretty good. Alright, now we're cooking. We got some a little bit more light in here. As you can see, we can't delete this wall here, so we're going to have to thicken this up on one side. I even messed up there. I need to replace that with white concrete and then cover it up. The only only downside is now the room's off-centered. Probably what we'll have to do is that middle line there, we'll have to thicken it up by 1. Or move it over. Yeah, because really at this point, again, because we don't have the room to make this a complete perfect 1-for-1. It's just not going to happen. But what we can do is we can use this picture as a reference to kind of guide us where we need to go. I think the main thing here is that it needs to feel like the racquetball area. And if we can do that, I think we'll be in good shape. The one thing that does kind of surprise me a little bit is I feel like a racquetball arena probably would be a lot larger than this, realistically, because racquetball arenas are pretty big. I don't see somebody being able to realistically play racquetball and have the reflexes to hit the ball within this small of a space. But, I mean, I'm not really going to question it. We're just going to build it out based on the picture that we have. Probably going to say, well, this is going to give us issues walking in. No, we're just going to move our stairway back a little bit. I think that's going to be the way to go here. Okay, looking pretty good so far. Believe it or not, our room is actually pretty much almost done. We just need to get some lighting in here, and then we can cover that up with carpeting. Only thing I don't like is the upper sections of the walls here don't have that orange. And it may not be a bad idea maybe to have an orange stripe going along the roof. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It was just, it was missing something. And I think that's what it was right there. Has a very grid look to it. Nothing super fancy. We got to get our red blocks there on each side of the door. There we go. Because you got to think, when I'd assume that when the room activated, these doors would close and then you'd be fully encapsulated, so it would be the same on both sides. We just have to have that doorway here just so we can get in and out of the room. But that's looking pretty good. All things considered. Now we just need to either grab some stairs or half slabs to make it so we can get in and out of the room and just step up. There we go. let's make sure that we can get out as well. Yeah, that'll work. That looks pretty good. And we obviously won't be building it in today's episode, but directly on the other side, I'm going to make another one of these. So if you want to do that as well, go for it. And it's just going to be the exact same design, but on the other side. There we go. That's the way to do it. Add some lights directly above the half slabs. This way you can't see them, but it lights that area up. Nice and clean. Now we need to clean up this hub. Alright, that looks pretty good. Really the only thing I'm missing is the stripes on the floor now for the hub in the middle. For now, we're going to close off this doorway, just leave that orange, and we'll just make that orange. So if you don't want to have it double on both sides, you can just have that doorway there and have it closed, and it's not a big deal. Or if you want to do double, you can do that also. But there's really going to be no way anybody's going to know. They won't be the wiser. You know what I mean? So not really that big of a deal here. But that looks good, having that closed up. And then we go back, and yeah, this is our racquetball area. Nice quick build. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, just a single episode. But I think that's going to wrap us up today. I just want to thank everybody again for tuning in today's episode. And if you did enjoy this content, please help me out. Hit that like and subscribe button, helping me and supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. And new subscribers, don't forget to hit notifications on so you get notified when those new videos drop. And speaking of new videos, you can always catch my new Minecraft episodes dropping Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you have any questions regarding today's episode, be sure to drop a comment below or in Discord. Even if you're just dropping by to say hey, definitely love hearing from everybody. Any build suggestions you want to see me do, be sure to join the Discord and click on Build Suggestions and add your suggestion on there. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap us up today. I just want to thank you all again for tuning in today's episode. I hope everybody has a happy and safe week, and I'll catch you in the next episode.